Hello, everybody. This is Appa Brian with Appa Baseball Classics, bringing to you game number 141 of the All-Time Greats Tournament and game 2 of the series between the 1912 Boston Red Sox and the 1906 Chicago Cubs. Hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend. We did. We went horseback riding, went to Big River Ranch, Lexington, Missouri, took the family and the grandkids, and we had a ball on the horses. I couldn't stop smiling the whole time. Some of the horses were cooperative, mine was, and some were not, and most of my family, my wife and I have been on horses, but hopefully my daughter and son-in-law have, and I know my grandkids haven't, and they had a blast. A short while ago, I mentioned that Smokey Joe Wood once played on a all-girls barnstorming team. Most all girls. Apparently, there was one other, what they call topper, a male player on this all-girl barnstorming team. But Smokey Joe Wood was on the Boston Bloomers, a team that was based out of Kansas City, actually. And they barnstormed around the Midwest, played in towns like Pratt, Kansas, Dodge City, Kansas. They played all around the Midwest. But Smokey Joe Wood was on that team in 1906. He, of course, was the pitcher, and he was discovered pitching for the Bloomer Girls and signed into the American Association as an infielder. He was with the White Sox in the American Association. They were a mediocre team, and so they asked him to pitch, and he pitched well and was seen there by the owner of the Kansas City Blues. He signed Smokey Joe Wood, and Smokey Joe Wood pitched for the Blues. He pitched at Association Park in Kansas City, which is at 20th and Olive Streets, about 2 or 3 blocks from where the old Municipal Stadium was. I'll put a map up here. There are no pictures of Association Park that I can find, but I do think I found a picture of his playing with the Bloomer Girls. I'm almost sure that is Smokey Joe Wood there on the bottom row on the right, as I think he was 18 years old at the time. He was seen then playing for the Kansas City Blues by the Boston Red Sox and signed, and got off to a slow start with the Red Sox in 1908. He also 1909 he injured his foot in spring training, wrestling around with his best friend Tris Speaker in a hotel room, and so a slow start. But by 1911 and 1912, he put together 2 of the best years any pitcher in Major League history put together, winning 57 games. Smokey Joe Wood is pitching today against Mordecai Brown of the 1906 Chicago Cubs. Sit back, enjoy. Let's play ball. Mordecai Brown is throwing his warm-up tosses. Harry Hooper steps into the box. Here's a pitch to Harry Hooper. 6'5" is a 35. That's going to be a foul out to the catcher, Johnny Clean. 1 away. We're using the 2011 Apba baseball book. Here's Duffy Lewis. We're using basic rules, except for with the stolen bases. Here's a pitch to Duffy Lewis, 6'5". That's also going to be a pop out to Clean. I think the new book makes that a ground ball to first base, which is probably a little more likely. Here is Tris Speaker. All right, 1-4 is a fly ball to left field, caught by Jimmy Slagle. And the Red Sox go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Cubs coming to bat. Smokey Joe Wood comes out to pitch for the Boston Red Sox, winner of 34 games in 1912. Quite the pitching matchup today. Mordecai Brown won 24 games, I believe, or 26 games. Yeah, 26-6 for Mordecai Brown, so 60 wins between the two pitchers today. Here is Jimmy Sheckard, the center fielder, leadoff hitter for the Chicago Cubs. They're up in the series, 1-0. If they win today, Red Sox will be eliminated. Here's the pitch. 1-2 is a 25. That's a ground ball to second base, or X. Wood's got the X, so that's a strikeout. Smokey Joe Wood is a A-B pitcher, and that's the highest possible rating you can get on Apba, XY modifiers. Apologize for that notification on the computer. All right, here is Johnny Evers stepping into the box for the Cubs. 1-6 is a 28. That's a ground ball to the shortstop, 6-3. Johnny Clean, the catcher. 3-2 is a 26. That's a ground ball to second base. Stephen Yerkes is up with it, throws to first. 3 up and 3 down for the Cubs. We go to the top of the second, no score. Larry Gardner leads off the top of the second inning for Boston. He has 13 for 32 in the tournament with 2 triples and 2 doubles. Here's the pitch from Mordecai Brown. 51 is a 8 against the AC pitcher. That is going to be a pop out to the third baseman, Harry Steinfeld. 1 down. First baseman, Jake Stahl. 61 is a 22. The Cubs are fielding column 1, and that's going to be a ground ball to Frank Chance at first base, who flips to Mordecai Brown. Makes a good play over at first. That's 2 down. Shortstop, Heine Wagner. 3-6 is a ground ball to Steinfeld at third. Throws over to Chance. 3 up and 3 down in the top of the second. No score. Frank Chance, the cleanup hitter for the Cubs, leads off the bottom of the second. He's 12 for 34 with a triple and 3 doubles, 5 RBIs in the series. Here's Smokey Joe Wood's pitch to Frank Chance. 32 is the roll. 26, ground out to the second baseman, Stephen Yerkes. 1 down. Harry Steinfeld. 2-4 is a play result 27. That's an X, and that's a strikeout. Second strikeout for Smokey Joe Wood. Here's Wildfire Schulte, the center fielder for the Cubs. 42 is a 9 against an 8. That's a ground ball to Heine Wagner at short. Throws to Jake Stahl, the player manager. 3 up and 3 down. All 6 have been retired by Smokey Joe Wood. All 6 have been retired by Mordecai Brown. Catcher Bill Kerrigan leads off the top of the third for the Red Sox. This game is being played at Westside Park in Chicago. 1-2-25 is a X. Brown has the X modifier, and Kerrigan goes back to the bench, a strikeout victim. Stephen Yerkes. 42 is a 22. Ground ball again to Frank Chance at first, who flips to Brown covering. And now the pitcher. Let's see. Smokey Joe Wood comes back. The good hitting pitcher actually finished his career as an outfielder on the 1920 Cleveland Indians. Here's the pitch to Joe Wood. 45 is a base on balls. The first base runner of the game. And the pitcher, Joe Wood, goes to first. He is average speed. Here's Harry Hooper. Mordecai Brown goes into the wind, or actually the stretch, and the pitch, 25. That is going to be a ground ball to second base. Taken by Johnny Evers, throws to first. 3 outs. We're at the bottom of the third inning. No score. It's going to be Slagle, Tinker, and Brown. They're going to have to face the excellent fastball of Smokey Joe Wood. Actually, Walter Johnson once said that Smokey Joe Wood, he believed, was faster than himself. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Slagle, the left fielder of the Chicago Cubs. 42 is going to be a base on balls. And the Cubs have their first base runner. Average speed, nobody out. Here's Joe Tinker, a 233 hitter. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field, and that is taken by Duffy Lewis. 1 down. Here's the pitcher, Mordecai Brown. He's going to square around and try to bunt, and I should know that's a 7. Oh my goodness. Fielded, the bunt is down, fielded by the first baseman, Frank Chance, who throws to Evers covering. It's a successful sacrifice, but it takes away what would have been a single by Mordecai Brown in first and third. Jimmy Sheckard comes to bat. Chance to knock in a run with a base hit here. Here's the pitch to Sheckard. 41 is a 28. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Joe Tinker. Throws the first. 3 outs. Go to the fourth. No score. Duffy Lewis is 9 for 35 in the tournament. Leads off the fourth for the Red Sox. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field that is taken by the Cubs left fielder, Jimmy Slagle. 1 away. Here's Tris Speaker. 6-5 is a pop out to the catcher. 2 outs. And now Larry Gardner. 21 will be a fly ball to Slagle. 3 outs for the Red Sox in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. No score. Johnny Evers leads off the last of the fourth for the Cubs. He had 2 hits in the first game of this series. Scored 2 runs and stole a base. Here's the pitch to Johnny Evers. 53 is a 19. And Boston's fielding column 2. That is going to be an error on the third baseman, Larry Gardner. Evers is at first, and he is fast. Steal rating is A26. Smokey Joe Wood hold is 1. And Kerrigan is a 2 to his favor. So A23 is a chance to rate him for stealing second here after the modifications. And that gives him a 11 through 45 chance. In a tight game like this, Johnny Evers is going to take that chance. 16, he is safe. Second base he's stolen in this series. And now Johnny Clean has Evers at second with nobody out. Third place hitter is a 300 hitter, but he's facing an AB pitcher. He is going to try to sacrifice Evers the third. 1-5 is a 11. Turns out that's going to be a single. Johnny Evers, or Kling, beats out the bunt. First and third. Chicago. Nobody out. The Red Sox surely figure that this game is going to be a tight game. They're going to play the infield in, try to cut this run off at the plate. Frank Chance steps into the box. Here's the pitch to the player manager of the Chicago Cubs. 3-4 is a 31. That's going to be a fly out to center field, but the runner's hold is not deep enough. One away. Here is Harry Steinfeld. They're going to play double play depth here. Here's the pitch to Steinfeld. 1-5 is an 11, and that's a single on both the A and B spots as you have checked both columns of A-B pitchers. Base hit to left. That scores Evers. Chance goes to second, and the Cubs are on top, 1-0. Harry Steinfeld comes through for the Cubs. Now here is Wildfire Schulte. He can keep the line moving with a hit here and probably bring another run. 51. That's an 8. It's going to be a ground ball to third base, fielded by Larry Gardner. He throws to first. 2 outs. Base runners move up. And now you've got Steinfeld at second and Johnny Kling, the catcher, at third. 2 away. Jimmy Slagle wants to get a hit here and see if he can add 2 more. Of course, with 2 outs, the infield's playing back. Here's the pitch from Smokey Joe Wood. 1-1 roll. That's a 7. And it's going to be his AB rating is going to take that away. Fly ball to left field. Caught by Duffy Lewis. And that ends the inning, but the Cubs score. They also get the first 2 hits of the game. It's 1-0 Chicago going to the 5th. Jake Stahl leads off the top of the 5th inning. Now the Red Sox trail by 1. It was an unearned run based on the error of Larry Gardner, the third baseman. 53 is a 19, fielding column 1. That's going to be an error on the Cubs third baseman, Harry Steinfeld. Red Sox started off their half of the bottom of the 4th defensively with a third baseman's error. There's the same thing here. Let's see if the Sox can make the Cubs pay. Charlie Wagner steps in. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Charlie Wagner. 2-2 roll. That's a 7. It's a ground out to third base, 5-3. That AC rating turns it into a ground out. Stahl goes to second. There's 1 down. He's in scoring position for catcher Bill Kerrigan. 263 hitter in 1912. 4-2 is a base on balls. Kerrigan takes first. First and second. Stephen Yerkes. Here's the 1-out pitch to the Red Sox second baseman. 56, 34 play result is a pop-up on the infield taken by Harry Steinfeld, the third baseman. 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Smokey Joe Wood, who is a good hitter, to get that run back. Here's the pitch to Smokey Joe. 3-3 roll. That's a hit column roll by the pitcher, Smokey Joe Wood. And 24 is a double. That's going to be a double to left center field. Both runners will score unless Kerrigan is slow. Let's see. He is not slow. So the double puts the Red Sox on top. Stahl scores. He's an unearned run. And Kerrigan scores. Wood is at second base. Boston 2, Chicago 1. Help your own cause. Here is Harry Hooper. 1-1 roll by Hooper. That's it column. 54 is a double. That's going to score Wood 3-1. Boston. Duffy Lewis. 26 is a fly ball to right field, taken by the right fielder, who is Sheckard. The Red Sox score 3 times in the top of the 5th inning, take a 3-1 lead halfway through the game. All right, Smokey Joe Wood, after doubling in 2 runs, returns to the mound to pitch the bottom of the 5th inning. He is outpitched his counterpart, Mordecai Brown, in this tournament. He currently has a 2.00 earned run average. Mordecai Brown has a 3.75 ERA in the tournament. Joe Tinker leads off the last of the 5th for the Cubs. 53 is a 20. That's going to be an error on the second baseman, Stephen Yerkes. Errors in this game have led to a lot of trouble for both teams. Here is Mordecai Brown. He will square around and sacrifice. 24 is a strike. 12 is a 25. The bunt is popped up, caught by Kerrigan. Quick throw to first. It's a double play. 2 and 2-3. Suddenly there's 2 outs and nobody on base. Top of the order, and Jimmy Sheckard. 1-2 is a 25. Ground ball to second or X. Wood has the X. It's a strikeout. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Boston 3 and Chicago 1. 383 hitter Tris Speaker leads off the top of the 6th inning for Boston. 13 is a base on balls for Tris Speaker. Larry Gardner. Both teams have been getting the leadoff hitter on. Cubs have done it 3 times. That's the second time in as many innings for the Red Sox to get that first batter on. Here is Larry Gardner. 44 is a 7. That's a ground out to third, 5-3, and sends Speaker to second. Jake Stahl. 44 is a 7. That's a single to right field, and that's going to score Speaker. 4-1 Red Sox. Now the shortstop, Larry Heine Wagner, he is 8 for 32 in the tournament. Here's the pitch to Wagner. 45 is a base on balls. And if he has a Z, so it's not a walk. 2 balls and no strikes. And 51 is a 9. That's going to be that on the A column, that 9 is a single, but he has an AC pitcher, so the C column will take that and turn that into a ground out to third base. 5-3. Stahl goes to second with 2 outs. Here's Kerrigan. One-two is a 25. Line drive to second base, caught by Johnny Evers. 3 outs. The Red Sox score 1. It is 4-1 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, a scrappy Johnny Evers will step in to the box to lead out the bottom of the sixth inning. Evers, I ran across a picture of him this morning when I was looking for a picture of Association Park, Kansas City. Couldn't find one. I don't know if there is one. But I did run across a picture of, in an article on newspapers.com, of Johnny Evers returning from the Army in World War I to go back to baseball. And they had a picture of him in his Army uniform, or maybe a drawing. Here's the pitch to Johnny Evers. 26 is a 27. That's a X and a strikeout. Five strikeouts for Smokey Joe Wood. Correction, 4 strikeouts. Evers goes back to the pine. Here is Johnny Kling. 1-6 is hit on the ground toward the shortstop, Heine Wagner. He's got it. Throws the first. 2 up and 2 down for Chicago. In the 6th, Frank Chance. 51 is a 11. That's going to be a base hit for Frank Chance. 2-out single for the peerless one. Here is Harry Steinfeld. 5-1's at 8 on an AB pitcher. That's going to be a ground out to first base. Pitcher assisting. 3 outs for the Cubs. We go to the top of the 7th. Boston 4 and Chicago 1. Steve Yerk steps into the box. He's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch from Mordecai Brown. This is the point of weakness inning for both pitchers, as they do not have the batters faced on their cards. So 7th innings are point of weakness inning. 3 bad things happen to him. Their grade will go down 1 level. 24 is a strikeout for Steven Yerks. Might make more sense for their grade to go down if they strike out a lot of people. That's more pitches. Here is Wood. 62 is another strikeout. Harry Hooper. 4-4-8. That's a pop out to third base. Caught by Harry Steinfeld. 3 outs in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-1 Boston. Harry Schulte steps into the left side of the box in the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs are down by 3. Here's the pitch from Wood to Schulte. 34 is a fly ball to center field. Tris Speaker, who plays a shallow center field, goes back and makes the catch. 1 away. Jimmy Slagle. 51 is a 9. Ground out to the shortstop, Joe Tinker. 2 outs. Ground out to the shortstop, Heine Wagner. I do that every game. Get somebody up off the bench to do a defensive play. Wagner made that play. Joe Tinker, the Cubs shortstop, comes to bat. 24 is a strikeout. 3 up and 3 down for the Cubs. We go to the 8th. 4-1 Boston. Duffy Lewis leads off the 8th for the Red Sox. 2-2 roll. It's going to be a single to right field for Duffy Lewis. We've been talking about Association Park. And that Smokey Joe Wood pitched there when he was with the Kansas City Blues. Last night I went to watch the Royals play the Indians at a friend's house, who is probably the biggest Cleveland Indians fan I know of in Kansas City. And he lives within walking distance to what was Gordon and Koppel Field, where the 1914 and 1915 Kansas City Packers played in the Federal League. About 6 blocks away. They're in a nice home there. Here is Tris Speaker with 1 out. 1-5 is a 11. That's going to be a solid single to left field by Tris Speaker. Lewis goes to third. One more bad thing to Brown, and his grade goes down. 1st and 3rd, and nobody out. Red Sox seriously threatening to pad their lead. And that's going to be the end of the day for the Cubs pitcher, three-finger Mordecai Brown. He'll give way to Jeff Overall, grade B pitcher, X modifier. He'll be a grade A pitcher for same-sidedness. For the first batter, pitching to Jake Stahl. Nobody out, first and third. Infield is playing back. 1-1 roll by Stahl. That's a hit column roll for Jake Stahl. 1-4, it's a double and clears the bases. Lewis scores and Speaker scores. Stahl settles at second. It is 6-1 Chicago, and I would say the horse is out of the barn. And after being around horses all day yesterday, I would say sometimes they have a mind of their own. They're kind of like children. But Roy and we love them. She has a good friend that we also saw yesterday in Oak Grove, Missouri, who owns 8 horses, and we went over and spent some time with them as well. We had a full day yesterday. Here is Larry Gardner. 35 is a 9. That's going to be a single over second base. That's going to score Gardner. And it's now 7-1 Boston. Still nobody out. 4 straight hits here in the top of the 8th inning. Heine Wagner comes to bat. 32 is a 26. Ground ball to second base. The second baseman, Evers, flips to Tinker at second to retire Wagner. Fielder's choice. So Wagner's the runner at first. Average speed. Bill Kerrigan. 41 is a double play ground ball to shortstop. 6-4-3. That ends the inning, but the Cubs score 3 times in the 8th. It is 7-1 Boston going into the last of the 8th inning. Chicago will employ a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 8th inning. Doc Gessler is hitting for overall. Here's the pitch from Smokey Joe Wood. 32 is a 26. That's going to be a ground out to second base. 1 down. Top of the order, and Jimmy Chicard steps in. He has struck out twice against Smokey Joe Wood today and grounded out to shortstop. 55 is a 8. Pop out to Larry Gardner at third base. 2 outs. And now we have Johnny Evers. .41 is a ground out to short. 6-3, 3 up and 3 down. Wood has no marks against his fatigue. We go to the top of the 9th. 7-1 Boston. Jack Harper comes on to pitch the 9th inning for Chicago. He is a DW pitcher. Steven Yerkes steps in the box for Boston. 2-2 roll is going to be a leadoff single for Steven Yerkes. He is 1 for 4 today. And the Red Sox have excelled at getting the leadoff hitter in. Since the 5th inning, they've got the leadoff hitter on in 3 of the 4 innings. Here is pitcher Smokey Joe Wood. Helps his own cause with a double back in the 5th inning, drive in 2 runs. 6-1 is a 36. That's going to be a wild pitch. Yerkes goes to second. .35 is a 9. That's going to be a single through short. That's going to score Steven Yerkes. Red Sox make it 8-1 here in the 9th. Three RBIs for Wood, 2 hits. There's a pitch to Harry Hooper. 43 is a 29. Ground ball back to Harper, who throws the first. Woods goes the second. 1 down. Here's Duffy Lewis. 5-3 is a 16. Single to center, and base runner Wood goes to, oh, wait a minute, wrong page. Okay, it's a single center, but Smokey Joe Wood is thrown out trying to score. 8-2, thrown out by the center fielder, Jimmy Sheckard. And the base runner goes to second. 2 outs. Chesapeake comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. 6-1 is a 9. That's going to be a single through short that will score Lewis. 9-1. Jake Stahl. 23 will end the inning. 27, ground ball to third. Harry Steinfeld throws out Larry Gardner. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Boston 9 and Chicago 1. Smokey Joe Wood returns to the mound and completes his warm-up tosses. If the Chicago Cubs are going to win this game, everybody in the lineup is going to have to get involved and score. Here in the 9th inning, here is Johnny Kling. 3-6 is a ground ball to third base. Larry Gardner has it. Throws to first. 1 away. Frank Chance steps in the box. 51 is a base hit for Frank Chance. And that's a single in both the A and B columns. Fast runner at first. Here is Harry Steinfeld. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. And that's caught by Chesapeake for 2 outs. Smokey Joe Wood is 1 out away of keeping his Red Sox alive in the tournament and causing the Game 3 elimination game to be played tomorrow. Here's the pitch to Schulte. 1-5 is that's going to be hit. Schulte extends the matter. Chance goes to third. First and third, Chicago, 2 outs. 1 more hit, and Wood goes to an AC pitcher, which is not a problem. 55 is a 8. Fly ball to right field. Harry Hooper is under it and makes the catch. And that closes out the Chicago Cubs in the 9th. The final score, Boston 9, Chicago 1. We'll be back with a wrap-up. Boston Red Sox needed a victory today to stay in the all-time greats tournament, and they get one with exclamation points. They scored 9 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. The Chicago Cubs scored 1 run on 5 hits with 1 error. The winning pitcher was Smokey Joe Wood. His name was Howard Ellsworth Wood. Got the nickname Joe when he was a kid because family went to a circus, and they had 2 clowns there, Petey and Joe, and their parents started calling the two boys Petey and Joe. That's where his nickname came from. The smoky part probably was the fastball. Mordecai Brown is the loser, 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs allowed. No homers in the game. This was a dead ball game. Let's go over to the Cannonball Dick Redding MVP corner. Our Cannonball Dick Redding MVP star of the game is Smokey Joe Wood, not so much for his pitching, which was outstanding. 9 innings pitched with no earned runs allowed, but also his bat. He hit a 2-run double in the 5th inning to put his team in the lead, 2-1. They were trailing 0-1 to the Cubs. He put his team in the lead, and then he got a single in the 9th inning to drive in another run. So Smokey Joe Wood was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He is today's star of the game. Join us tomorrow for the deciding game of this best of 3 series between the 06 Cubs and the 12 Red Sox, who will go forward to the Final Four. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.